Let's see how that goes.
Draft Beer 15. This is GenerationD20.com and
That's right.
Draft Beer crew bringing you Scars of Mirrodin, or I guess Besieged Scars.
Yeah. We're gonna play an 8-4, hopefully.
Yep. Well,
at least the first time. We'll see how bad we can lose. Then,
right.
You know.
We're drinking some real shit called Czechvar.
No, it is fine for what it is.
Ooh,
which is
real
Budweiser,
shit.
Which is generally regarded as pretty much shit.
So
yeah, you're right, Bob.
I can't believe you talked me into this, George. I mean, for one thing, clearly this is skunky because of the bottle. I wish you had warned me of this before I had opened it. That's the other thing. It's impossible to fucking open.
Yeah,
it is. In fact.
My God.
I've opened things like this before.
For as many times,
you start open and it just twirls right off. No problem. This is like 90% glued to the bottle.
Yeah. For as many times as condoms broke on me in my life, you would think that this one should tear a little easier.
I want to know how much time they have in the Czech Republic. Do they have nothing better to do than open their beer?
Than to crazy glue their goddamn beer wrappers on?
Just a guess. I'm going to say
stereotype a nation.
This is not
an entire people.
This is not something they actually drink in the Czech Republic. It is made in the Czech Republic.
They're like silly Americans.
Yeah, Budweiser makes it there. They slap premium Czech lager, then they sell it back to America for a premium. Hence, premium Czech lager.
Okay.
And it's made in Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
But the Czechs are like, yeah, why would we'll just drink Bud. It's the same stuff.
Now, do you think that anywhere in the world they actually can sell Milwaukee's Best? Is that their theory also? Is that
this is like drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon, but like a foreign Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, the water is slightly different.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get dysentery later.
It does not taste well. You won't, because it does have enough alcohol that it'll kill that. But
well, I don't know the ribbon sequence, but is it like a Pabst Red Ribbon or
yeah,
participation medal type of a thing?
Yeah, yeah, it's purple. Yeah. So I don't know.
I know is any beer that I
bought so much of this,
and I can think, I can eat cookies with this, and it's pretty much like drinking it with water.
It really is, yeah. Compared to the Devastator, this is like drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, we did set
Kool-Aid's
set the bar pretty high with the Devastator.
Yeah.
That is a beer for.
It's where we're going to bench all other beers, but and I will continue to drink this.
No.
Well, it's not like
those are the rules at draft beer.
We got a massacre worm.
Well, I guess I know what one color we're playing.
Holy mother of God! I love it.
Yeah, it's nice to actually get one of the
bombs.
Bomb
City.
It's unfortunate that the next person down the line is going to take the go for the throat.
Sure, kill it.
On the way back, we will not be getting as much black, but
right.
But you have to take a massacre word.
I'm not going to give it to somebody else.
Is it not clicking?
Yeah, it's not moving.
Okay. Ew is like really not going. We cannot lose the massacre worm.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we need to pull out the keyboard. The keyboard.
Okay. I think black-green is not a bad combination, and a corruptor.
I could also see going black-blue and taking the serum raker.
Right.
I mean, since the massacre worm is not infect, we could also go with the Fangor Marauder. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right. I just like corruptor, even if you're not playing infect, it's removal and the body.
Right.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I dig it. I also like the core prowler. Does this still give me trouble?
Yeah, it kind of.
Yeah, it's
a little.
It's the sensors are probably being blocked. The sensors!
Stay on target.
All right. I love the Pierce Strider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I especially love the Pierce Strider if you can get it into a Mimic Vat.
Yeah, I like Pierce Strider. I like Burn the Impure.
Oh, jeez.
I would think either.
I think
okay. The massacre worm is a win condition unto itself.
Right.
So, we, strictly speaking, if we want to do infect now, we can do infect. We can take the ichor rats or whatever it is, the septic rats.
Right.
That's a perfectly valid thing. So would the gargoyle or the
burn with the impure, or burn the
that
impure.
puts us pretty much right into.
Oh, gotta take something.
Yeah. I don't know.
That probably wasn't the best pick.
Nope.
But, here.
The only thing I like is unnatural predation and the priest of Norn.
Yeah.
I mean,
I also like the goblin war driver, but we aren't doing red, so.
We can't do red. We just, I mean,
right.
You know, taking the crush just to have the removal
Crush
is fine.
I have to admit, has been far better than I expected it to be.
Well, sure.
I read that thing and I was like, oh, that's crap. No, it's really useful.
Yeah. Especially within the next couple of packs.
Yeah.
Where, you know.
Do we want to take a crush?
Well, maybe, yeah.
Get some possible.
I don't know what the hell a nested ghoul is. I haven't even seen that card yet.
The nested ghoul, whenever it takes damage from a source, it drops a 2/2 black zombie on the board.
Whenever a source deals damage to it. Okay.
Right. So at worst, it replaces itself with
with a 2/2.
I'm wondering. It seems like I hate to draft every freaking color, but I don't know how you pass up a Vildalkin Infuser.
You take the Piston Strike instead.
There's a Piston Strike.
Yeah, the Piston Strike. Is really actually pretty good.
Yeah. There is enough flyers in both sets.
Exactly. You're almost always going to come up against a flyer,
it.
so it becomes
Those
solid
infusers are just insane, though.
Yes. Here, wow. I guess Mere Sire could hold the ground for a while. Psychosis Crawler isn't that great. Death Skimmers.
They all suck. Mere Sire.
Fair enough.
Probably Copper Carapace.
Really?
I found, especially when you're playing with Scars and you have the 2-drops.
Sure.
Play that on turn 1, a 2-drop, and equip it on turn 3.
There is a Flare Husk here.
Right. I still would go with Copper Carapace. In Triple Besieged, I would not. But because in Scars you can get so many 2-drops in effect, you're attacking with like a 3
Fair enough.
Powered one. So probably the Scourge Servant.
Yeah.
Sure.
At this point, we're pushing Infect.
Yeah. We're passing up some huge green creatures, though.
Mirror and Metal?
Yeah, I think so.
And
at this point, I would say maybe the Horrifying Revelation.
Or we take the Quarter Paladin just to keep somebody else from having it.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, I'm amazed that no one is taking it.
No, it's bizarre.
It's because everybody's taking black.
White must not be being played.
Right.
If we see a Priest of Norn again, then we'll know that's a fact. I don't really like any of those.
No.
Take the one that has Mountain Walk.
Mountain Walk
Sure.
for a sideboard.
It's on color.
Yep.
If we run up against that can be annoying for somebody.
Right.
Oh, man.
Here, Ardent Recruit's the only one that would ever see play.
I'm always amazed how deep Ardent Recruits make.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a 3/3 creature for one if you get the right stuff on the board.
I just don't think a lot of people realize how good Metalcraft is in this draft format.
Yeah.
I think this is much better. Look, now we take the Infuser.
Yeah, now we take the Infuser.
I guess that's how we turn it, how we don't take it.
But yeah, there are so many,
yeah.
again, in Scars. When you're playing Triple Besiege, I played Infuser and I had nothing other than Shriek Horns.
Right.
To put
but
counters on.
But I mean, if you're recharging your Tumble Magnet every round,
right.
The thing is, there's all sorts of shit. The Golem Vats, I mean, it's whatever. I mean,
okay. I'm gonna hide a couple of these things. I'm guessing that we. Well, I'll keep the infuser up, but there's a good chance it doesn't make the deck if we don't get
something bonnish.
Trigons or couple magnets.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that we aren't really building around our Massacre Worm enough. You know, if you get my meaning,
right?
Just because it's such a heavy black commitment. All of our black is so far. We're going to need some black support cards, I think.
Right. We will definitely, like, Leaden Mirror is going to have some priority to it.
Jeez. We got an Elspeth?
Yeah, how do you not take a Planeswalker?
Yeah.
I mean, you take the Planeswalker.
Yeah.
So if I go back to show all...
Yep.
Well, we got a quarter paladin. We have
I really wish that we had taken some of the Priest of Norn now.
Well, except we don't need to necessarily go in fact.
Right.
I mean, we could say, fuck it, we'll make it out of a two-pack deck.
There's still a possibility we don't play it and I just trade it for something later. But
I mean, if nothing else, you've paid for the draft.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's a good feeling. Of what we have here,
I would say either the Carapace Forger or the Horizon Spellbomb, probably?
I was thinking Horizon Spellbomb or the Golem Artisan. The thing I like about the Artisan is you can give other artifact creatures flying or trample. So if we end up getting Ichor Claws or Corpse Curs or whatever.
Just fly over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have shit for infect right now.
Honestly, I think there's probably something to be said for just saying, forget infect. We play the Corruptor because he's awesome, but I don't know that we've gotten enough. Because I mean, I'm not saying that we'll see what comes up in the next pack, but
Well, if we're keeping all options open, I think Artisan is
the way to go.
Is the way to go. And here, it gets back to that. Do you go infect, or I think
we have to take the removal.
Yeah, we have to take the removal.
Yeah, the rats could table. I won't count on it, but they could.
Yeah. Here, I would like that, but we probably have to take the Tumble Magnet. It's interesting, though. If we did play white, we end up having like two kind of bombs.
Sure.
But takes a little while for him to...
I think it's a her.
To get to that point.
Yeah.
Gain the life. I guess at that point you can destroy everything, but...
True, but you slap down the Massacre Worm and then use her ability to create 3 tokens, and then suddenly you have a full board.
Yeah, that's true.
Perilous Mirror.
Perilous Mirror, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like the life stat.
Yeah, I would even, considering what we've got, I would even like the Edge Right at this point.
Sure.
But
Edge Rights, I mean,
the Edge Rights are almost last picks.
Yeah. I mean, I think
we don't have enough artifacts to rely on Metalcraft, so we need to take some more artifacts.
Most people are going to take the Life Staff, surprisingly, over the Blade Right.
The Blade Right's cool, but he has a lot of requirements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so do we like the Shatter? No, I think we like the Revoke Existence.
The Revoke, Shatter, Ichor Claw.
Man.
We're straddling this fence of...
I know. We need to...
What do we do?
Freaking commit.
Okay. Do we want to play with Elsbeth?
Or do we want to play the Worm?
Well, we can play both. We can play a black-white deck.
And abandon
if we have to, sure. So we have that much of it anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Or we splash in a little bit for the Mirroring Metal and the...
Where are we at for 1, 2, 3 infectors? So we're not, we probably take the removal. Since we're moving farther away from that.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing, though, white is almost splashable, because I don't know if we're going to be metal crafting. And at 5, getting to 2 white isn't as big of a deal. So we could possibly still play black. We could 3-color it.
Yeah, as much as I hate that. Nothing really good here except for maybe
Memnite.
Well,
If we
I
decide to
know.
go metalcraft, it's potentially very good.
So are the archers. I mean,
Well, the archers don't help us with metalcraft.
no,
Right,
but
they're potentially good.
Yes.
they're
Yeah,
very good.
it's between those two for which one do we think is going to be more
Yeah.
useful for us.
Ugh, I don't like anything there. Possibly the Memnite then, because the Golem Arson could beef it up.
Right.
Well, there's an edge, right?
Yeah, there's an Edgerite, there's a Sunspear, there's a Tel Jihad Fallen. And a Carrion Call. As far as our curve goes, the 4 spot is pretty open.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any? I guess we have one equipment for the.
Yeah. Do we have enough? Do we have enough to support the edge? Take whatever you want, dude.
I'm just gonna take that and now we can get our archers. The thing I like about his casting cost specifically is that you can go
deep.
Copper Carapace him and then equip it again. Yeah, Carapace Forger.
Yeah.
I guess is the play. I think we're just going to be light on artifacts is kind of our problem. I don't think that would...
We have a hole in the pack, though.
Yeah. I guess take this. This is the only one that would be a danger. Not that we're going to play it.
Yeah.
Creature.
Hmm.
No one ever plays that.
No. So yeah, pick the Silkwall.
That was that point in blue.
And someone took
took
a land over the Assault Strobe. Yeah.
Wow.
That's cold, man. Assault Strobe wasn't that bad.
Card sucks.
Okay. Here, we know we're playing black.
Yep.
So,
Turn to Slag.
Grasp.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, and we've got the Rusted Relic. There's the Coldotha Forge Master. I mean,
yeah, there's some good stuff.
We've had some really good opening packs. Mirror Galvanizer, but we only have 2 mirror.
Right, and we don't have any mana mirror. There's the silver mirror if we want to do that. There's Instill Infection.
There is Flesh Allergy.
There's Flesh Allergy. There's Snapsail Glider if we're trying to up our artifact count. I mean, I'm almost tempted to take Silver Mirror just because I would like to get to 6 or to 5 a little earlier.
Yeah.
If it's 1 turn.
Yeah. What's the full effect of Flesh Allergy again?
Sacrifice a creature, you destroy one of theirs.
It's control. Oh, geez. I think we have to take the Flesh Allergy.
Okay.
I mean, if you're also doing damage at the same time.
Yeah.
It
is full on destruction.
It is full on destruction. At this point, if you wanted to take the Silver Mirror over the Rust Tick, I wouldn't argue with you.
We got to take the Rust Tick, though.
I just wouldn't argue with them.
Yeah,
I would say that for what we're trying to pull off, it's they cancel each other out.
I'll take the Rust Tick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. And here, Gold Mirror. It's color,
that's
Monomere.
That's a no-brainer, I think.
Agreed.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I don't think we're really going to be metal crafty.
No, I think we're going to be shit crafty.
I guess maybe Contagious and
You got a funky ringtone, George. Turn that shit off. We're draft burying.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Talk to you later,
Aaron. And Barrage Ogre, just because it's the most dangerous. Blackleaf Goblin, because it might be.
But it's a freaking turn 4. I mean,
yeah. Just not good options.
No, I mean, once you get past the first 4 cards, it's not
right.
The rest of it's all shit. I don't care what you take. I really don't.
I would rather someone else not have that.
Well, there's Molder Beast and Bladed Pinions.
Right.
Molder Beast.
I know. I love the Molder Beast. I'm tempted to say Bladed Pinions.
I could also see taking Quarter Shield just because it's free.
Right. Let's see. The flesh allergy could destroy an artifact. The replica could destroy an artifact. The corruptor could destroy an artifact. So all of those could feed our Molder Beast.
True.
I like the Molder Beast even if you can't feed him. Because it's a
Just
5/3
as a-
trampler.
Trampler. I'll take the Molder Beast.
That is, after all, a form of evasion.
Yeah.
Here, I honestly think the
land? Oh, because it's green-white?
the dual land of...
Sure.
I don't think any of the other cards would make our deck. I could consider taking him just because I hate when other people have him.
Yeah.
I also like the Necrogen Sensor.
Right. We don't have anything to bounce, but for our deck, I think this will actually make it. Probably the Bladed Pinions.
Yep.
Sunspear doesn't have a whole lot to
glom onto.
Snap
Snap
Sale.
Yep.
We are really light on that 4 spot because we're not
Really
probably playing that Infuser. I think the only thing we have is Tumble Magnet to
right.
add him on to.
None of that would make the deck.
Corrupted Harvester?
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah.
Whoops. Drawshopper. Okay, what else do I know I'm not going to play?
Doesn't it all pop back up once?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea of what the deck's going to be seconds before we actually know. Courier. So we're looking at cutting.
Well, one thing's for sure, we're consistently inconsistent.
I don't think we're that far from Metalcraft, what I'm looking at, because we have 8, 9, 10, 11 artifacts.
Yeah, but we don't have hardly anything that needs Metalcraft.
Right.
That we would actually play.
I'm just saying, like, the Carapace Forger, I was thinking cut it. Ardent Recruit, I was thinking cut it.
Yeah.
But potentially, we could still play him. So we know we want the Massacre Worm.
Right.
We know we're going black. Depending on whether or not we think we have an infect theme, is whether or not a couple of those guys.
I don't think we're anywhere near enough factors at this point.
I don't think we have.
But do we have enough other to warrant not infect? I don't know. Flesh allergy, yes.
Yep.
Grasp of darkness, yes.
Yep.
I want my Copper Carapace. I want my Bladed Pinions. I want my Monomere. I want my Perilous Mirror.
Want my MTV.
My Rustic. Sylvok Replica.
Tumble Magnet.
Golem Artisan. Molder Beast. Viridian Corruptor, even though we're not probably doing that.
Does Piston Strike make the deck?
That's a tough call.
Because Mirror and Metal, I think, would have to make the deck. Because we'll probably have enough to make Metalcraft for that. And if not, it's still a 2/2.
Right.
For 1 mana.
Right. Okay, so we're at 13 with 8 creatures.
Okay.
If we are going Metalcraft, then, or hoping, or it might send,
Right.
Carapace Forger has enough of an upside to it that you probably go with that.
What to do about white?
If we do it, it would be Elspeth,
Provoke
Existence, Quarter Paladin,
and that's it.
Possibly Ardent Recruit. Let me see what the piles I can read that cost would be. We did get a Bladed Pinions in addition to our Copper Carapace, so Sunspear might have something that could be equipped to it.
Yeah, but just 2 cards out of the deck.
Yeah, it's not great. If we are including Ardent Recruit and Carapace Forger, then we want Metalcraft, so I would be more inclined to go with...
I would say I would say at this point,
Uh-huh.
my thing would be to include the Memnite, the Sire, and the Glider.
Okay. Do that. Get up to 21.
Get up to 21. Then we include Mirror and Metal.
Okay.
We only have 14 creatures, but
Right, but like 15 is kind of that point that you were hoping to get to.
Right.
So we could throw in
maybe. Well, it's either
a Sun Spear or an Archer's. Red seems to be pretty heavily drafted. I could almost see throwing in the Courier just on the off chance.
I mean, it's a 2/3 for 3. At this point, I'm thinking maybe the Sun Spear.
Well, I guess the upside to the Sun Spear is Copper Carapace.
Right.
First turn Copper, second turn Sun Spear, third turn equip it. You're attacking with a 4/4 life gaining
First striker.
Right.
Sure. Which makes it very hard for them to block profitably, and you just gain so much life.
True. Plus, at the very least, it's a 2/2 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a really good buy. So it can, you know, at the very least, you can jump block reliably. Granted, the Archers are good.
For me, it's almost like between that and whether I main deck the Pistor Strike.
Just to blow them out of the sky.
Yeah, as...
I mean...
But I think I would rather start with the Sun Spear and have those as sideboards. What is... If we go by color... Our black is intense.
Yep.
Intense but small.
Yep. And then our other
That's
colors...
what she said.
I try.
Our other colors are pretty light. I mean, the Corruptor would be early.
Sure. So we could actually afford to go a little heavy black mana.
Yeah, to make up.
And not really be in a bind at all.
And we do have that.
Which
meets both of their needs.
Right.
So let's see what it suggests.
Let's see what we can fuck with next. What movie?
It goes with
48 Hours. Eddie Murphy. You guys suck.
It's been a long time since I saw that movie.
Yeah, and frankly, I only allow quotes of another 48 hours in my presence.
Where they had robot Nick Nolte. I'm pretty sure Nick Nolte was dead long before another 48 Hours was made.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Do we like this? Do we?
Oh, no, this beer sucks.
I actually think that's probably just about right.
God.
I mean, I could see putting a little more black. I wish we had one more.
Yeah, I was wondering, because, I mean, technically we have, this would be 6.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, well, okay, since we have the gold mirror, we could reduce the amount of white by 1.
We could go 1 down and 1 more up on that.
Call it a day.
I like that idea. Because we still have 6 sources for white.
Yeah.
6
you
sources
frighten me, George. You frighten me with your clarity sometimes.
That makes sense.
Clearly, you don't drink enough.
Let's submit this, and we'll be back with round 1.
Yeah.